Thanks for the support as a channel member, Dave Beasley. Exciting times for Bourne Town Football Club as we play in the third round of the FA Cup for the first time in our history. Think of all the lovely money. It's going to be wonderful. Hello, welcome to part 22 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we are away against Barnsley in the FA Cup third round. Not Barnsley. Barnsley's who I used to manage in Non-League to Legend. We're playing Bristol City. They don't even sound the same. I could reshoot this, but I'm recording a lot of videos in advance because I'm away for the weekend, so we'll just leave it in. We also played Lynn, who were part of Non-League to Legend this year. That's probably why my brain got stuck. This is what's happened since you were last with me. What an intro. My word, Kev. What a last episode you forgot to do the second match. Now you can't do the intro, right? Have you done this before? This is how things have been. I'm indicating with my hand. I might just go to bed. That'd be nice. I'm having a breakdown in a video. Goodness me. We're doing all right. We're top of the league. Yay for us. Let's go play in the FA Cup. But first, let's have a look to see how much money we've got. Because we like to do a before and after on the old money. We don't look at that part of the screen. We're doing a before and after on the balance. So we've got 60 grand before the match. We want that to be well into six figures by the time we're done with Bristol City. And this is the team we're sending down to Bristol to try and achieve exactly that. We're playing Quigley in goal because he's been asking to play in goal. So we're going to play him in goal. We've not played him very much, but he has been asking for it. He's been asking for it. He's played the last couple of games. Hasn't done anything stupid. So rather than letting him leave with the potential that he's got, I did say this was going to be his season anyway. So we're giving him a little bit of a run in the team. It is a little bit harsh on Griffin, who has played in the cup run up until this point. But Griffin's threatening to leave and do that rite of passage for most Irish players who play for Bourne and going back to Ireland. So we might be about to lose Griffin anyway. So Quigley's in. We want to see if he's any good. Back four of Garrett, Morrison, Bartley and White. Buchanan at the base of midfield. I know we signed de Havilland in the last episode. He made it through 3.5 games before just snapping his knee. So he's probably out for the rest of the season. He might be back just before the end. In time for the playoffs, which will probably be in. So Buchanan at the base of the midfield. Mariah Welsh and Mundell ahead of him. And then Ford, Plange and Williams as our front three. Let's get into the game. Let's go and have some fun down in sunny Bristol. And hopefully come back with, we just want a sack of cash. I genuinely don't care if we win or lose. Obviously, winning would be fun, but incredibly unlikely. But it would be fun because you never know what we might get in the next round. But yeah, we'll just give it the good old underdog team talk. It's the furthest into this competition we've ever got. It's certainly going to go a long way, hopefully, towards giving us back our reputation boost that we earned really early on in the series, allowed us to sign lots of really overpowered players, of which Plange was one at the time. But then as our reputation started to fall back down again because we lost our cup run, we stopped being able to attract those kind of players. I'm hoping if we can coincide a nice FA Cup run with a promotion to the National League, we might be hitting the National League at just the right moment to be able to bring in one or two League One Championship caliber players. And I can dream. We've brought in a Championship caliber player before in the shape of Smith. Plange left us for a Championship club, but admittedly came back having not played for them. So you could argue he was Championship caliber. He was certainly Championship under 23 caliber, and he's still under 23 now, so he probably still is. White with the ball forward for Williams to chase. Williams, of course, is one of those who has got an enormous amount of potential and could end up playing at that level one day, albeit probably not for us, because if he's going to get there, he's going to do it quicker than we are, probably. Williams collects the ball there from the attempted clearance from Bristol City, and it falls to White. Cross comes in, the ball's bobbling around in the area, and Mike Ford has just scored a goal to put us 1-0 up away from home against Championship Bristol City. 11 minutes on the clock. It is Bristol City 0, Bourne Town 1. But my delight is short-lived, not because the goal's been disallowed. If you're just listening to this, the goal stood, it's fine. But on the replay, we got to have a proper look around the ground, and my word, there's a lot of empty seats here. I think look at that. I think our payday might not be what I hoped it would be. We were hoping for somewhere in the region of 10 to 12,000 as an attendance for this game. Unless we're playing it at Old Trafford, I don't think there's 10 to 12,000 people in, just judging by the amount of empty seats on the bottom tier. So that's a little bit disappointing, but I guess can act as the motivator to force us through into the next round. If people aren't going to turn up for this one, we'll keep winning games in the FA Cup until we get a match that people can be bothered to turn up for, or get on the telly, because I hear there's good money in that as well. We need money. Bristol City forcing their way forward. Their first shot at the game, but Quigley keeps hold of it really comfortably. I told you he was good. Should have been playing him all year. He's a lovely man. Lovely fella in real life as well. Just going to take a sip out of my home football club mug, because I don't have Bourne mugs yet. I probably need to get some Bourne mugs sorted. At the moment, though, my home mug is still getting the job done. So there's no incentive to get a Bourne. I mean, the shirts are on sale at the moment. I can't sell shirts and mugs at the same time. That's just crazy. We'll sell all the shirts, then sell some mugs. Always thinking, I do need a new mug. Williams, I thought he was just going to nip through past that last defender, but he is brought down and it immediately leads to a counter-attack. But once again, Quigley is there to make the save. Corner comes in, Bartley heads clear. Kyle Bartley probably having a lovely time playing back at this level for the first time in several years. What a save from Quigley. It's an excellent effort from long range from the Bristol City, I guess, midfielder from where we were standing. Quigley makes the flying, dramatic save. It is another corner and Bristol City are putting us under a lot of pressure, but we get the tackle in. It's another corner. This has been a difficult couple of minutes spell for us, and it does really very much feel like there's a goal coming for Bristol City. But Mundell wins the ball back and we've got the chance for a counter-attack of our own. Mundell charging down the right-hand side. He has got options in field of him, but he just runs straight into one of their players and gives the ball away. Mundell's not really a running with the ball kind of player. But more importantly than that, we survived that spell and we've gone in at half-time 1-0 up, which is insane. Don't get complacent, lads. I do feel like there's probably going to be a red card in our future in this game, because we're just accumulating too many yellow cards, and I can't just take off everybody who gets a yellow card, because we're not allowed to do that many substitutes. There's already 4 of them who've got yellow cards at this point. The fact 2 of them are now defenders is a little bit of a problem. I am wondering if we should drop back to a more cautious mentality, but I think judging by how much Bristol City are attacking, it just seems like a bad idea. It's just inviting them to attack even more. And obviously, they're a better team than us. Our best hope is that they start attacking us with such fervour that we break away and grab ourselves a second goal, which, having Joe Gibson on the pitch, is going to go a long way towards helping us do exactly that. We're also going to take off Mariah Welsh, who is struggling in midfield. Goodman can come on for him, and that will do as a first couple of changes. Gibson feels like a man who can come on and grab us a second goal. An incredibly unlikely second goal, which at this stage could keep this ridiculous cup run going. We are 10 minutes away from the 4th round of the FA Cup. Garrett is on a yellow card. He's not playing very well and he's tiring. Argentus can come on for him. Look at the amount of yellow cards we're accumulating now. It's nail-biting stuff. Bristol City have a free kick. The cross comes over. It's bobbing around in the area and we've only given away a penalty. In the 87th minute, we've given away a penalty. Quigley, make yourself a hero. I mean, you've already been a hero, so you've been fantastic. But save this penalty. He didn't save the penalty. I mean, Bristol City absolutely have deserved that. They've had 28 shots, 4 clear-cut chances, 4 half chances, 63% of the possession. They've absolutely battered us. They didn't deserve to get knocked out. All we can hope for now is that we can survive another 5 minutes and bring them back to our place, because money, money, money. We'll sell out our place and we are going to a replay. I do kind of feel like the opportunity for a 4th round spot was lost the moment we conceded that penalty. But a replay, always good stuff. We earned a lot of money from that tie. Our balance now up to £220,000. So we made, what, 160 grand off of that tie. And now I know we're not going to make that much money again from the reverse fixture because we've got a much smaller capacity, but we'll sell out for it. And there's the opportunity, there's always a chance we might get on the telly. You never know. And that's going to be the second match. I'll remember to do a second match today. and it will be against Bristol City again. But before that, we don't know when the next time we might get into the hat for the 4th round of the FA Cup is. So we're going to see the draw anyway. We're going to have a look at what we could have won. We're going to see what the prize might be. Obviously, still lots of very big Premier League teams in. Well, hadn't even finished doing my intro. We'll draw the rest of them. If we make our way past Bristol City, who are 15th in the Championship, we go away from home to Brentford, who are 9th in the Championship. Presumably on smaller attendances. I consider Brentford to be a club roughly the size of Posh. Although looking at that, clearly that's not the way it is these days, and they get a few fans in. So, I mean, if we can find a way past Bristol City, which I emphasise is very, very unlikely, there is another £150,000 to £200,000 payday out of Brentford. So there's definitely incentive to do it. Talking of the pilgrimage back to Ireland, Freddie Parsons, the latest in a long line of young Irish players who's going back to Ireland. He never really forced his way into our team, and he joins Cork City in the summer. In other news, the Bristol City match has now been postponed until Friday because of a waterlogged pitch. So still going to be the next game that we play, but I don't know, does that play into our hands? It's going to be absolutely horrible conditions, which I guess has to help us. We're getting lots of fixtures moved around as a result of it. But, I mean, if the pitch is waterlogged on Tuesday, let's hope it stops raining by Friday. Or we might have to go and play it somewhere else nearby. I don't think that's how the FA Cup works. What if it's waterlogged again? What happens then? Couple of changes then for the home fixture, and most notable of which is Griffin is back in goal. I just feel like he deserves the opportunity to play against him. Quigley got his opportunity. Griffin's been our keeper all season and has just as much potential. We need to get the experience into him too. Sati also coming in on the right-hand side. If Griffin now has a really... I know Quigley played well in the last game. I know you're all screaming at me, but he didn't save the penalty. And because of that, I don't think I'll ever trust him again, because he failed to say, after a man of the match performance, failed to save a penalty against a team 5 divisions above us. You know how Kev logic works, and that's an excellent example of it. We've done the good old underdog team talk again. We have a packed out Abbey Lawn here today, and I mean, you can barely see the seats, which is always a good sign. And I mean, the fact that we've got seats still confuses me, because according to the facilities page, we only have a couple. I think it's like 200. I guess they're all behind this goal, which seems like a weird place to put your seats. What a save from Griffin, already justifying his selection. And why would you just build seats behind the goal? No, people behind the goal don't want to sit down. You want to sit down if you sat along the sides, eating your sandwiches and drinking out of a flask. That's where you put your seats. No thought's gone into this ground, and it troubles me. Another free kick for Bristol City, and it's another wasteful header. We've not actually been able to muster up a highlight of our own yet, but hopefully that's what's about to happen here. Mundell playing the ball forward, looking for Ford, of course, the goal scorer from the first leg, trying to get into a crossing position. In fact, cuts back to Garrett. Garrett does cross, looking for Plange. It falls to Mundell, and that was a big chance for Mundell, and it's a big miss. I mean, it wasn't a nailed-on opportunity or anything. I don't think it's even gone down as a half chance, but he had room to shoot just inside their penalty area, which, against opposition like this, based on how little they restricted us to in the last match, it's the kind of thing where if we're going to stand any chance at all, they're the efforts we at least need to be testing the keeper with. Chance for one more attack just before half-time there. It's Ford on the left-hand side, back to Buchanan, plays it forward to Garrett on the overlap once again. Cross comes over, Mundell's there! And another big miss from Mundell. He's got to be testing the keeper. This time it's a header that goes just over the bar. I mean, we're still in it, which is more than we ever could have hoped for. Can we underdog this again? We haven't been the better team. There's nothing to lose today. Go out there and give it your best shot. I mean, that's the closest thing to an underdog team talk, I think. Mundell, though, if he'd have... Oh, he would have been so close. He could have been the hero of all heroes if he'd have found a way to hit the target with either of those. Mundell, I forget your first name. What begins with R? Richard Mundell. Is that your name? Couldn't think of a word. Romain. I mean, I was never getting that one, was I? In a million years, I wasn't going to guess Romain. Romain, if you score, we'll give you 10 grand. Can I do that? Or is it I mean, that's a bonus. That's not bribery. We're going to bring Gibson on. We're going to bring Henry on in midfield. Might swap those two over just to have someone else getting into the attacking positions. But Gibson is on. We all know Gibson has goals in him. He's, despite not being a regular starter, is amongst our top scorers again this year. Plange, I think, is actually the top scorer at the moment. But Gibson's definitely been in the goals. We're going to bring Williams on as well. We're going to stick Gibson over to his preferred left-hand side, but we are going to do something we haven't done for a long time, and we're going to tell him to go over there, be an inside forward. There's 10 minutes left, and we can but dream. Let's use those 10 minutes passionately and hope we've got a goal in us. This is the wrong end of the pitch. I think Griffin's made a save there. It's gone down as an offside, so we'll never find out if he actually made the save. But we have done fantastically over 2 matches, and there's no extra time. It's straight to penalties. It is now a total lottery. Are we going to get into the 4th round of the FA Cup for the first time in our history? At the end of the first match, I said Bristol City didn't deserve to get knocked out. After what they've just missed a penalty. After what we've just seen, I think we've all got to agree they don't deserve to go through now. They've had 2 opportunities to knock out a team from the Conference North and failed. We now deserve that payday after what we've done. It is an absolute maxed out attendance here at Abbey Lawn. 3,000 people. Only 150 of them are away fans. I think this is the largest home attendance in the history of Bourne Town Football Club. 2,850 Bourne fans. And let's just send them all home happy. They're going to go home happy regardless. But let's send them home super happy. It's now 2-1 to us. 3 penalties remaining each. And Griffin, do what Quigley couldn't and make yourself a double hero with bells on. 2-2. We've got 1 extra penalty to take though. We'll be fine. It's Kyle Bartley. Kyle Bartley knows what he's absolutely going to miss now. Guaranteed to miss because I was confident in him. 3-2. 2 penalties remaining. We didn't have a shot on target in regular time or in the match at all. There was no extra time. We hadn't had a shot on target. Griffin makes the save. He doesn't make the save. It's 3-3. I'm trying to force the game into... Oh, he's seen him make the save. We better put that on screen so he doesn't look like an idiot. White now must score to keep us ahead, and he does. There is 1 penalty left for each team. If we score ours, we are through to the 4th round. If Griffin makes the save here, we're through to the 4th round. We have 2 opportunities to book a spot in the 4th round of the FA Cup and the £250,000 worth of money that's going to come with it. 2 opportunities for players to make themselves club legends, club heroes. Opportunity 1 falls to Griffin. Cross everything, boys and girls. He's not the legend. Opportunity 2, who is our 5th penalty taker? I didn't even look. I auto-picked it. Opportunity 2 goes to Morrison, the young centre-back, who has been awesome for us this year, but probably shouldn't be taking the 5th penalty in such an important penalty shootout. I don't think I've ever seen him take a penalty before. I don't think I've ever seen him score before. I'm nervous. He hits the post. Oh, he was more nervous than me. And now this is where Bristol City just use their big clubbiness and find their way through. They've scored, and now all the pressure is on us and whoever penalty taker number 6 is. And I feel a little bit sick. It's only a computer game, Kev. Come on, chill out. It's Williams, predicted to be, he was the favourite to be the best player in the Conference North this season, pre-season. He's not found his stride yet. He's not quite looking at that level of player just yet. Can he take steps towards becoming a hero now with a penalty that keeps us in the FA Cup? He can. It's 5-5, 6 penalties taken each, and Griffin, once again, I feel my head is going to burst. Griffin doesn't make the save. The pressure is back on us again. I hate penalty shootouts. They're awful. They're not just hard to commentate on. I genuinely feel so stressed, and it doesn't matter. We're not supposed to win the FA Cup. The money would be nice, but it just doesn't matter. But I'd be so excited if we made it through. Henry, to keep us in the tie again. This isn't even to win. This is just to keep us in. Henry steps up and scores. It is 6-6. We're 7 penalties deep each. And now Griffin once again with the opportunity to make himself a hero. And he does make the save this time. Griffin has given us back the advantage, albeit briefly, unless, I mean, if we score, it's permanent advantage. We deserve this, and it's Mundle. He missed 2 massive chances during the game itself. Does he have the chance to make sure no one ever remembers that? And we only remember him for this moment. Romain Mundle, I always knew your name. And he doesn't score. Oh. 6-6, 8 penalties each taken. This is absurd. Durso steps up for Bristol City. And Griffin makes the save again. Justifying his selection at this point. I've gone blurry, I've just noticed. I'm just going to be a blur. I don't want you to see me cry if we make it through. Regardless of what happens, there's a chance I'm going to cry. Come on, unblur yourself, camera. It's Luke Plange. The closest thing we've got to a club legend. And I cannot stop myself being blurred. There you go. We've got focus. Perhaps it was the blur that was keeping us in the FA Cup. Luke Plange steps up. We are in the 4th round of the FA Cup. And Luke Plange, why was he taking the 9th penalty? Because we all know he's got no finishing. That's why he plays for us. That was nothing short of sensational. Bourne Town Football Club finances now up to nearly £400,000 with another payday coming, because in the next episode we're away to Brentford in the 4th round of the FA Cup, and we look to do it all over again. So can we actually see that on the fixture list so we know exactly when it is? Very soon. We can even still show you Kings Lynn, unless we do the unthinkable and do 2 matches against Brentford again. But we'll be back. When will we be back? Monday. Back in the normal slot at 7 o'clock. We'll be back with Brentford in the FA Cup and maybe Kings Lynn in the league, if I remember to record it. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.